Ever had that feeling? You know you have a huge assignment due, a deadline looming, or even just that one nagging task you really should do, and yet you're scrolling through TikTok, rewatching old shows, or suddenly deciding your sock drawer needs an urgent reorganization. You know better. You want to do it. So why do we keep putting it off? What's going on in our heads? The relatable problem. It's not about being lazy. Seriously, most of us who struggle with chronic procrastination are anything but lazy. We're often ambitious, driven, and frankly, we beat ourselves up more for procrastinating. That's the messed up part, right? It feels like a self-sabotage loop we can't escape. And trust me, I've been there countless times. But what if I told you that procrastination isn't a character flaw, but a deeply wired psychological response? Introducing the why. Yeah, it's true. The science behind it is fascinating. Today, we're diving into the hidden psychology of why we procrastinate even when we know it's going to make things worse, and more importantly, how we can actually break this cycle. Because understanding the root cause is the first step to actually changing things. Ready? Let's get into it. Psychological reason number 1, emotion regulation. Okay, first up, procrastination is often an emotion regulation strategy. Sounds fancy, right? But it's actually super simple. When we face a task that feels unpleasant, maybe it's boring, overwhelming, difficult, or it makes us feel anxious, our brain says, hey, let's avoid that feeling. So we distract ourselves. We seek immediate gratification or comfort to escape the discomfort of the task. Think about it. Studying for a tough exam. The moment you open the textbook, you feel a wave of anxiety, right? What if I can't understand this? What if I fail? So your brain goes, quick, let's watch some cat videos. Instant dopamine hit, much better than feeling stressed. It's not about not wanting to do the task, it's about not wanting to feel bad while doing the task. Did anyone hit home? Psychological reason number 2, perfectionism and fear of failure. Next up, and this is a big one for a lot of us high achievers, perfectionism and the fear of failure. We often think, if I can't do it perfectly, why bother doing it at all? Or if I try and fail, that means I'm not good enough. So instead of risking a less than perfect outcome, we delay starting. It's like if we never start, we can never fail, which logically makes no sense because not starting guarantees failure, or at least a lot of stress. This isn't just about big projects either. It can be as simple as writing an email. You want it to be just right, so you spend hours thinking about it or avoid it altogether, even though a quick, imperfect draft would have been totally fine. The mental gymnastics we do to avoid perceived imperfection are wild. Psychological reason number 3, lack of immediate rewards. Here's another sneaky one. Our brains are wired for immediate rewards. Procrastination offers an immediate relief from the discomfort of starting, but the actual task usually has a delayed reward. Studying for that tough exam gets you a good grade next week. Working out gets you fit in a few months. Our primitive brains struggle to prioritize those long-term, abstract benefits over the instant gratification of scrolling through Instagram. This is why it's so easy to pick up your phone instead of doing 5 minutes of work. The phone gives you a little hit of dopamine right now. The work, not so much. Our brains are basically toddlers demanding candy, and we're the adults trying to explain the nutritional benefits of vegetables. Tough sell, right? Strategy number 1, acknowledge and forgive. So, now that we understand why we do it, how do we actually stop? The first step, and this is huge, is acknowledge and forgive. Stop beating yourself up. Seriously. Recognize that procrastination isn't a moral failing, it's a coping mechanism. Tell yourself, okay, my brain is trying to protect me from discomfort. I understand that, but I can choose a better way. Self-compassion is crucial here. Guilt and shame only make you feel worse, leading to more procrastination. So take a breath. It's okay. Now let's move forward. Strategy number 2, the 5-minute rule. This next strategy is a game changer, the 5-minute rule. When you're dreading a task, tell yourself you only have to work on it for 5 minutes, just 5. Set a timer. The trick is, once you start, the task is often not as bad as your brain made it out to be. The inertia of starting is the hardest part. Once you get going, you often find yourself continuing for 10, 15, or even 30 minutes without even realizing it. And if you still hate it after 5 minutes, you're free to stop. No guilt. This works because it bypasses that initial emotional hurdle. Your brain thinks, okay, 5 minutes of discomfort, I can handle that. It reduces the perceived threat and gets you into action. Try this tonight, seriously, even for that tiny thing you've been avoiding. Strategy number 3 is pre-commitment and small rewards. Remember how our brains love immediate gratification? Let's use that. Pre-commitment means making it harder to procrastinate. For example, if you need to study, put your phone in another room or use an app blocker before you even sit down. Remove the easy distractions first. Then tie small, immediate rewards to starting or completing small chunks of the task. Not finishing the whole thing, but just starting. If I work for 25 minutes, I get to watch one YouTube video. Or if I finish this section, I get to have that snack I've been craving. Make the rewards small, attainable, and immediate after a burst of focused work. This trains your brain to associate the task with something positive, not just dread. Lastly, and this is especially good for those perfectionists or those feeling overwhelmed, break it down and focus on the next small step. Large tasks feel daunting. An essay, a project, that's a huge mountain. Instead, identify the absolute smallest next action. Not write essay, but open document. Not study chapter, but read first paragraph. By focusing on tiny, manageable steps, you reduce the emotional burden. Each tiny step completed gives you a mini win, a little burst of dopamine, which builds momentum. I just need to find 3 sources. I just need to outline the introduction. You're tricking your brain into seeing small, achievable victories instead of an intimidating Everest. So, to recap, procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's about our brain trying to manage uncomfortable emotions, avoid perceived failure, and craving immediate rewards. To fight back, acknowledge and forgive yourself, no more guilt trips, use the 5-minute rule to get started, implement pre-commitment and small, immediate rewards, break down tasks, and focus on the next tiny step. These aren't magic bullets, but they are powerful psychological tools that can start shifting your habits. The goal isn't to never procrastinate again. We're human, it happens, but to understand it and have the tools to pull yourself out of that loop faster. You are capable of so much, and you deserve to feel in control of your time and your goals. Don't let your brain trick you into standing in your own way. Pick one strategy from today and try it right now. Let's level up together. What's one thing you're going to try to tackle with these new insights? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more psychology and self-improvement content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay productive, stay you. Peace.